Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Mahāraja's message is your advantage. The following is a Śrī Caitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Mahārāja on May 11th, 2022 in Śrī Mayapur, India.
Karoti Vasalam
Pangum Langayate Girim
Yati Vatavan Mande
Shri Gurum Dinatarinam
Parananda Madhavam
Śrī Caitanya Ishwaram
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Continuing the Chaitanya Leela class, chapter Subuddhi Rāya gets the best remedy from Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, under the section How all the residents of Varanasi became Vaishnavas. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.186.
रूप गोस्वामीर सहित सुबुद्धि रायर मिलन यथा रूप गोस्वामी जबे मथुरा आइला ध्रुव घाटे तारे सुबुद्धि राय मिलिला.
Translation. When Rup Goswami reached Mathura, he met Subuddhi Rāya on the banks of Yamuna at a place called Dhruva Ghat.
Subuddhi Rāya was a very aristocratic person,
Subuddhi Rāya was a very aristocratic person,
and he was seeking some solution to a problem he had.
and he was seeking a solution for the problem he had. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.187.
পূর্বে যবে সুবুদ্ধি রায় ছিলা গৌরে অধিকারী হোসেন খা সৈয়দ করে তাহার চাকরি.
Translation. Formerly, Subuddhi Rāya had been a big landholder in Gauda Desha, Bengal. Sayyad Hussain Khan was then a servant of Subuddhi Rāya.
Subuddhi Rāya had much influence.
So Subuddhi Rāya had much influence.
So when Sayyid Hussain Khan was serving him, later he became emperor.
So when Sayyid Hussain Khan was serving him, and later he became emperor. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.188.
দিঘি খোদাইতে তারে মুন্সিপ কইলা ছিদ্র পাইয়া রায় তারে চাবুক মারিলা.
Translation. Subuddhi Rāya put Hussain Khan in charge of digging a big lake, but once, finding fault with him, he struck him with a whip.
Subuddhi Rāya struck Hussain Khan on the back with his whip.
Subuddhi Rāya struck Hussain Khan on his back with a whip. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.190.
25.189. পাছে যবে হোসেন খা গৌরে রাজা হইল সুবুদ্ধি রায়ের তিহু বহু বাড়াইল.
Translation. Later, Hussain Khan somehow or other was appointed Nawab by the central Muslim government. As a matter of obligation, he increased the opulences of Subuddhi Rāya.
So he became the emperor, Raja, Nawab he was grateful to the Subuddhi Rāya, and he increased his wealth.
So later on he became the emperor and he was grateful to Subuddhi Rāya, and later on he increased his wealth. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.190.
তার স্ত্রী তার অঙ্গে দেখে মারণেরও চিহ্নে সুবুদ্ধি রায়ের মারিতে কহে রাজস্থানে.
Translation. Later, when the wife of Nawab Sayyid Hussain Khan saw the whip marks on his body, she requested him to kill Subuddhi Rāya.
So the wife, the queen, she wanted vengeance on Subuddhi Rāya.
So the wife queen, she wanted vengeance on Subuddhi Rāya. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.191.
রাজা কহে আমার পোষ্টা রায় হয় পিতা, তাহারে মারিমু আমি ভালো নহে কথা.
Hussain Khan replied, Subuddhi Rāya has maintained me very carefully. He was just like a father to me, he said. Now you are asking me to kill him? This is not a very good proposal.
Subuddhi Rāya maintained Hussain Shah like a son.
So Subuddhi Rāya maintained Hussain Shah like a son.
And Hussain Shah accepted him like a father.
And Hussain Shah accepted him like a father.
So he didn't feel it appropriate to kill him.
So he didn't find it appropriate to kill him. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.192.
স্ত্রী কহে জাতি লহ যদি প্রাণে না মারিবে, রাজা কহে জাতি নিলে ইহু নাহি জীবে.
Translation. As a last alternative, the wife suggested that the Nawab take away Subuddhi Raya's caste and turn him into a Muslim. But Hussain Khan replied that if he did this, Subuddhi Rāya would not live.
At that time, it was very easy to convert a Hindu to a Muslim. Just pour some water on him.
At that time, it was very easy to convert a Hindu into a Muslim. Just pour some water on him. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 25.193.
স্ত্রী মরিতে চাহে রাজা সংকটে পড়িল, করো আর পানি তার মুখে দেওয়াইল.
Translation. This became a perplexing problem for him because his wife kept requesting him to kill Subuddhi Rāya. Finally, the Nawab sprinkled a little water on Subuddhi Raya's head from a pitcher that had been used by a Muslim. Purport. 500 years ago in India, the Hindus were so rigid and strict that if a Muslim would sprinkle a little water from his pitcher upon a Hindu, the Hindu would be immediately ostracized. Recently, in 1947, during the partition days, there was a big riot between Hindus and Muslims, especially in Bengal. The Hindus were forcibly made to eat cow's flesh, and consequently they began crying, thinking that they had become Muslims. Actually, the Muslims in India did not come from the country of the Muslims, but Hindus instituted in the custom that somehow or other, if one contacted a Muslim, he became a Muslim. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami were born in a high Brahmana family, but because they accepted employment under a Muslim government, they were considered Muslims. Subuddhi Rāya was sprinkled with water from the pitcher of a Muslim, and consequently he was condemned to have become a Muslim. Later, Aurangzeb, the Muslim emperor, introduced a tax especially meant for Hindus. Being oppressed in the Hindu community, many low caste Hindus preferred to become Muslims. In this way, the Muslim population increased. Later, the British government made it a policy to divide the Hindus and the Muslims, and thus they maintained ill feelings between them. The result was that India was divided into Pakistan and Hindustan. From early histories, it appears that the entire earth was under one culture, Vedic culture. But gradually, due to religious and cultural divisions, the rule fragmented into many subdivisions. Now the earth is divided into many countries, religions, and political parties. Despite these political and religious divisions, we advocate that everyone should unite again under one culture, Kṛṣṇa consciousness. People should accept one God, Kṛṣṇa, one scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, and one activity, devotional service to the Lord. Thus, people may live happily upon this earth and combine to produce sufficient food. In such a society, there would be no question of scarcity, famine, or cultural or religious degradation. So-called caste systems and national divisions are artificial. According to our Vaishnava philosophy, these are all external bodily designations. The Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement is not based upon bodily designations. It is a transcendental movement on the platform of spiritual understanding. If the people of the world understood that the basic principle of life is spiritual identification, they would understand that the business of the spirit soul is to serve the Supreme Spirit Kṛṣṇa. As Lord Kṛṣṇa says in Bhagavad Gita 15.7, Mamaivamso jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. All living entities in different life forms are sons of Kṛṣṇa. Therefore, they are all meant to serve Kṛṣṇa, the original Supreme Father. If this philosophy is accepted, the failure of the United Nations to unite all nations will be sufficiently compensated all over the world by a great Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement. Recently, we had talks with Christian leaders in Australia, including the Catholic Bishop of Melbourne, and everyone there was pleased with our philosophy of oneness in religious consciousness.
Srila Prabhupada had the vision to unite the whole world
Srila Prabhupada had the vision to unite the whole world
on the basis of spiritual responsibility.
On the basis of spiritual responsibility.
To serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
To serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
He didn't accept caste system or nationalist divisions.
He didn't accept caste systems or nationalistic divisions.
He wanted to unite everybody on the service of the Supreme Lord.
He wanted to unite everybody by the service of the Supreme Lord. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 25.194.
সুবুদ্ধি রায়ের একাকী কাশীতে আগমন। তবে সুবুদ্ধি রায় সেই ছদ্ম পাইয়া বারাণসী আইলা সব বিষয় ছাড়িয়া।
Translation. Taking the Nawab's sprinkling water upon him as an opportunity, Subuddhi Rāya left his family and business affairs and went to Varanasi. Purport. It appears that Subuddhi Rāya was a big landholder and a responsible, respectable gentleman. He could not, however, avoid the social misconception that one becomes a Muslim when water is sprinkled on one's face from a Muslim's pitcher. Actually, he was planning to give up his material life and leave his family. Hindu culture recommends 4 divisions: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. Subuddhi Rāya was thinking of taking sannyasa, and by the grace of Kṛṣṇa, he received this opportunity. He therefore left his family and went to Varanasi. The system of Varnashrama Dharma is very scientific. If one is directed by the Varnashrama institution, he will naturally think of retiring from family life at the end of his life. Therefore, sannyasa is compulsory at the age of 50.
So, Subuddhi Rāya took this as an opportunity to fully surrender to Krishna.
So, Subuddhi Rāya took this as an opportunity to fully surrender unto Krishna.
And thus, he went to Benares.
And thus he went to Banaras. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.195.
স্মার্ত পণ্ডিতগণের নিকট প্রায়শ্চিত্ত জিজ্ঞাসা ফলে নানাজনের নানা বিধান। প্রায়শ্চিত্ত পুছিলা তিহ পণ্ডিতের গণে, তারা কহে তপ্ত ঘৃত খাইয়া ছাড়ো প্রাণে।
Translation. When Subuddhi Rāya consulted the learned Brahmanas at Varanasi, asking them how his conversion to Islam could be counteracted, they advised him to drink hot ghee and give up his life.
Because of the rigidness of the Hindu Brahmanas,
Because of the rigidness of the Hindu prominence,
many people were converted to Islam
many people were converted to Islam
artificially,
artificially,
and there was no way for them to return
and there was no way for them to return
by the Brahmanas idea.
by the Brahmanas' idea.
Lord Chaitanya had a different idea,
But Lord Chaitanya had a different idea,
which we will hear soon.
which we will hear soon. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.196.
সুবুদ্ধি রায়ের প্রায়শ্চিত্ত ব্যবস্থাসমূহে সন্দেহ। কেহ কহে এই নহে অল্প দোষ হয়, শুনিয়া রহিলা রায় করিয়া সংশয়।
Translation. When Subuddhi Rāya consulted some other Brahmanas, they told him that he had not committed a grievous fault and that consequently he should not drink hot ghee and give up his life. As a result, Subuddhi Rāya was doubtful about what to do. Purport. This is another instance of Hindu custom. One Brahmana would give advice condoning a particular fault and another would give advice to the contrary. Typically, lawyers and physicians differ, giving one kind of instruction and then another. Due to the Brahmana's different opinions, Subuddhi Rāya became further perplexed. He did not know what to do or what not to do.
I saw Shankaracharya in Puri, and to get permission to enter the Jagannath Puri temple,
I saw the Shankaracharya in Puri, and to get permission to enter into the Jagannath Puri temple,
he also told me to drink boiling ghee,
he also told me to drink boiling ghee
die, and I'll take birth as a Hindu.
and take birth as a Hindu. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.197.
প্রভু কাশীতে আসিলে সর্ববৃত্তান্ত বর্ণনপূর্বক প্রায়শ্চিত্ত ব্যবস্থা জিজ্ঞাসা। তবে যদি মহাপ্রভু বারাণসী আইলা, তারে মিলি রায় আপন বৃত্তান্ত কহিলা।
Translation. In his state of perplexity, Subuddhi Rāya met Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. when the Lord was at Varanasi. Subuddhi Rāya explained his position and asked Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu what he should do.
So, Subuddhi Rāya is placing his problem to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So Subuddhi Rāya is placing his problem to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
To hear what solution he has.
to see what solution he has. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 25.198.
প্রভুর সর্বাপেক্ষা উত্তম ব্যবস্থা প্রদান ও সুবুদ্ধি রায়কে শিক্ষা। প্রভু কহে ইহা হইতে যাহ বৃন্দাবন, নিরন্তর কর কৃষ্ণ নাম সংকীর্তন।
Translation. The Lord advised him, go to Vrindavana and chant the Hare Krishna mantra constantly. Purport. This is a solution to all sinful activities. In this age of Kali, everyone is perplexed by so many inconveniences, social, political and religious, and naturally no one is happy. Due to the contamination of this age, everyone has a very short life. There are many fools and rascals who advise people to adopt this way of life or that way of life. But real liberation from one's life's perplexities means preparation for the next life. Tatha dehantaram praptir dhiras tatra namuyati. One should be situated in his spiritual identity and return home back to Godhead. The simplest method for this is recommended herein by Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. We should constantly chant the holy names of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Following in the footsteps of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, the Krishna consciousness movement is recommending this process all over the world. We are saying, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, be freed from all the complexities of life and realize Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Engage in his devotional service and perfect your life so that you can return home back to Godhead.
So the way, a solution for all the perplexities and all the faults of Kali Yuga
So, the way or the solution for all the perplexities or the faults of Kali Yuga
is to constantly chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
is to constantly chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra
And to take shelter of the holy Dham.
and to take shelter of the holy Dham. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 25.199.
নামাভাস ও শুদ্ধ নামের ফল ভেদ। এক নামাভাসে তোমার পাপ দোষ যাবে, আর নাম লইতে কৃষ্ণ চরণ পাইবে।
Translation. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu further advised Subuddhi Rāya, begin chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and when your chanting is almost pure, all your sinful reactions will go away. After you chant perfectly, you will get shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Purport. The 10 kinds of offenses should be considered. In the beginning, when one is initiated into the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there are naturally many offenses. Therefore, the devotee should chant very carefully, try to avoid these offenses and chant purely. This does not mean that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is sometimes pure and sometimes impure. Rather, the chanter is impure due to material contamination. He has to purify himself so that the holy names will be perfectly effective. Chanting the holy name of the Lord inoffensively will help one get immediate shelter at Krishna's lotus feet. This means that by chanting purely, one will immediately be situated on the transcendental platform. We should note, however, that according to Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's instructions, one should not wait to purify himself before chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Whatever our condition may be, we should begin chanting immediately. By the power of the Hare Krishna mantra, we will gradually be relieved from all material contamination and will get shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna, the ultimate goal of life.
Our Lord Chaitanya instructed Subuddhi Rāya to chant Hare Krishna, and thus he'll get purified.
Lord Chaitanya thus instructed Subuddhi Rāya to chant Hare Krishna and get purified.
No drinking of hot ghee, no committing suicide.
No drinking of hot ghee, no thinking of suicide.
Just chant the holy name.
Just chant the holy name.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 25.200.
হরে কৃষ্ণ নাম লইতে কৃষ্ণ স্থানে স্থিতি মহাপাতকের হয় এই প্রায়শ্চিত্তি.
Translation: When you are situated at the lotus feet of Krishna, no sinful reaction can touch you. This is the best solution to all sinful activity.
So by practicing devotional service and chanting the holy name,
So, by practicing devotional service and chanting the holy names,
I get ultimately the shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet.
you get ultimately the shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet.
And thus he'll be freed from all sinful reactions.
And thus you will be freed from all sinful reactions.
And he'll be able to take this so-called conversion to Islam would be counteracted.
And the so-called conversion to Islam would be counteracted. Thus ends the chapter entitled Subuddhi Rāya Gets the Best Remedy from Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu under the section How All the Residents of Varanasi Became Vaishnavas. Guru Maharaj is blessing everybody on Zoom.
So while Guru Maharaj is going to bless all those who are assembled here, plus blessings to the gallery view on Zoom, Krishner Matirastu.
Thank you for watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.